My job will let me work from home if the situation demands it. And with the weather we've had here in the Midwest and all the snow days, the situation's demanded it. I will say, those people who say they love spending time with their kids has obviously never had snow days, because, man, I love mine, but I'm about done with them. The downside to that is my desk, where I do all this stuff, is also where I work, so I have to move my personal laptop out of the way. So as a result, when I move it back, the camera's never in the same place or anything like that. I noticed in the last video I was kind of off over here most of the time when I was doing the intro. It just looked weird. But, you know, I'll get over it. This 13-game winning streak we're on will certainly help us with that. And the fact we're actually making a decent French Cup run, too, is nice. We actually won some money. Details to come as we start episode 5 of the Ritornu of Gloria with SC Bastia. Well, we're starting on the transfer page today because Issa Diawara finally got healthy, got 20 minutes of playing time, and then next week got picked up by Jaliba. I think I'm pronouncing that right. He went out. Kevin Pelopidis came through. Well, actually, he just showed up at the club and said, hey, I'm available. So I took him in as a trialist. I like what I see here. He's 1.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability, decent acceleration, decent pace. His mentals could use some help, but his technicals are good. The finishing, first touch, and heading are all very nice. The technique is pretty good for this level, too. The determination is a little bit on the low side, but he's on a hot prospect contract, so I'm not paying him anything unless he pays. Now, the danger is he could pull a Diawara and leave, but that's not the biggest loss we've had so far. That has been our chief scout, who is really, really good. He had like a 13 and 10 in terms of judging ability and judging potential. He got poached by another team who paid us a grand total of 16,500 euros in compensation. I got a new chief scout in who's nowhere near as good as he was. But, you know, it is what it is. Schedule-wise, as I said, 13-game unbeaten streak, although we really did try our best to lose a couple of these. After shutting out AS Khan, we were home against MDA Chasselet in the French Cup 7th round game, and we shut them out 4-0. Koulibaly, Bacana, Benjamin Santelli, and Loris Mathias with goals. We were then away at FC Bastia. No. FC Bastia something or other. And we won 5-2. This was a pretty back-and-forth game. We got off to a quick start with a Christoph Vincent penalty kick in the 4th minute. Samuel Giebert had a brace of goals. Safwan Mabai had a goal in the 23rd minute. Bacana had another goal. FC Bastia got a goal from Libra and Adeladaye, and then back-to-back goals within the space of 2 minutes. It was really kind of ridiculous. We had 3 goals in 3 minutes in this game, which, you know, I was about ready to walk away, but then we just really turned it on and shut them down. We had a friendly against AJ Ajaccio Reserves, which earned us a little bit of money. We won that 2-1. We then had a game against AS Jimenos, which we shut them out 2-0. That is back-to-back-to-back shutouts. Clean sheets. Sorry, shutout's a baseball term. That's what I'm used to, but it's clean sheets. It's definitely clean sheets. Jeremy Santini, a 27th-minute goal, Bacana a goal in extra time of the first period. We then had our French Cup 8th round game against Marignan Gignac FC, who are a third-tier team. They're mid-table in the Championnat National. We took them to penalty kicks. We had a couple chances in the game, couldn't get them done. We had 11 shots, 4 on target. They had 10 shots, 3 on target. When it came to penalty kick time, Vincent, Koulibaly, and Santini hit while Sione missed. Cullum hit for them, but Parpiex, Renaud, and Brew they couldn't put the goal in the net. Adriani had a couple of very nice saves. And we got by. This is the game, I think... No, was it? Yeah, I think it was this game where we got 22,000 euros for winning. And then we had a friendly against Budoni, which also got us a little bit of money. Santelli and Vincent with goals there. Today, we are playing GC Luciana, and then we're going to play OM Reserves. I'm actually getting about 10,000 euros for playing them, which is nice. You know what? Let me pull up this real quick. Work on the spreadsheet continues. This is what I'm working on now. The first part of it is in. Now it's all behind the scenes tweaking stuff for drop downs and stuff like that, so I can just select a player and their stats will automatically populate, and then it'll be calculated and then displayed. The information I got for figuring this out came from the SI forum. It could be wrong, but you know what? It looks pretty good to me, at least when I compare Masudi's attributed analysis on the game to what it is here. They match up really well. I can't get the color definition and things like that. It's just the program's not good enough to do that. Stadium income-wise, this is our home attendance games, not including friendlies. This includes the French Cup games that we've been playing. As you can see, our attendance has kind of hovered around 2,500. Well, around 2,563-ish to be exact, which just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. We're doing really well. You'd think we'd be doing better when it came to that sort of thing. Holy cow, that's bright. The camera's not correcting for that for some reason. I would start putting stuff on my forehead lest the glare really start hurting some people. Next up is the French Cup 9th round. We are playing Jura Sud Football, who are a 4th tier team. So, you know, it's possible we could do fairly well against them. Well, we're 12 points ahead in the course of Mediterranean. And I'm not going to say we have a lead pipe iron lock on first place, because Lord knows anything can happen as football manager after a while. But as a whole, we're doing really well with just the 1 draw and the 1 loss. Benjamin Santelli and Bacana lead the team with 7 goals each. Santelli has the best rating. Ludwig Genest and Santelli have 5 assists, 4 and Adriana the best passing. Vincent still has the most player of the match awards. We are second highest in goals scored. We are first in goals allowed. Our defense has really gelled. More often than not, this is the team we're playing. This is the formation I'm playing. It lets me get all of my best players on the field. I have a decent rotation set up, and what I've been doing is switching between this formation and this formation. Genest will come in. Actually, I should probably switch that around now because I want Genest to play, especially in this game. And, you know, my starting back 4... Ben Braum, Mabai, and Sione are almost always starting. We're not playing a lot of games, so there's no need to rest them for rotation or anything like that. I've been splitting time between Mary and... why the heck is this cropping up? Why will that not disappear? That's just odd. Between Mary and Midori, there's a couple other youngsters I'm trying to get some playing time as well. You know, we're doing just enough to win. We're not really blowing teams out. Honestly, the only team we've blown out was that amateur team in the French Cup. And that's not going to happen every game. But we've been doing really well. Today's match, it shouldn't... Luciana's bottom of the league. It shouldn't be a real challenge for us. The only reason I'm not playing my reserves or anything like that is because I don't have to. And plus, I think the reserves actually have a game tomorrow. No, they don't. But we've played AJ Ajaccio 3 weeks in a row. That's interesting. I haven't been scheduling these. I probably should. Anyhow, I'm going to double check the best 11 and the reserves. We're going to come back in just a bit with the game against GC Luciana. Well, we're hosting GC Luciana today, playing our 4-2-3-1 with the asymmetric defensive midfielder, Adriani in goal, Ben Braum, Mary, Mabai, and Sione as the defensive back 4, Vincent as the defensive midfielder behind Moretti, Santelli, Genest, and Santini up top as the attacking midfielders, with Bacana as the lone striker. Santelli with the throw-in. To Ben Braum, over to Vincent. Centers it to Moretti, top of the box, back out to Vincent. He kicks it over the crossbar. Yeah, Bacana picked up a twisted knee. We'll bring on Bell. He's not in the best of health, but he's getting there. And Moretti's already picked up a yellow card. Although, to be fair, so did Bacana. Santelli from the top of the box, off the crossbar. That was a nice strike, just a little bit too high. Centers it back into Genest, and bounces it off a player, Vincent. Bounces it off another Luciana player. And that is the highlight. Now, 20 minutes in, we've had our chances. 7 shots, 2 on target. Oh, good grief. 4 yellow cards in the first half hour of the game. I took the get stuck in off about 20 minutes into things, hoping that would help, but it hasn't. Yikes. Okay. Now, coming up on halftime, we've had 14 shots, 5 on target, and absolutely nothing to show for it, other than 4 yellow cards. Luciano's had 3 shots, 1 on target. This strikes me as a setup game. We've got 3 guys on yellow cards. We're playing the bottom of the league team. Watch us have 1 or 2 guys get sent off, and they'll get a late-time goal to win and break our winning streak. Need a goal, guys. Vincent to Ben Brom. Back to Vincent. Centers it to Moretti, who drives forward, top of the box, and his shot is wide right. I got 4 guys with yellows on the field and only 2 substitutes left. Well, we're going to switch our formation up a little bit. Ginesta is going to move over to the right side. Moretti's going to come off. Santini's going to come off. And we'll bring on Giebert and Roncaglia. Roncaglia is actually a decent defensive midfielder. Giebert's going to play ball-winning midfielder, which he's also very good at as the defensive midfielder position. Vincent's going to move up to the midfield, which he doesn't really excel at. But he's better than the other 2 guys I have who can also play there right at the moment. We need a goal. 25 shots, 8 on target. No goals. Come on, guys. Santelli to Vincent. Over to Guibert. To Ginest. Back to Vincent. Long pass out to Sioni. Stops it from going out. Santelli. It got kicked out somehow. Giebert. Back to Sioni. Sends it in. Bell. Top of the box. And he scores. That was well done. Let's see this in the 3D. Oh, right around 3 defenders, and the keeper was falling down for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. That was a nice goal by the youngster. Ginest with a corner kick. Santelli. Oh, keeper made a nice save. Ben Brom. Over to Mary. And that is the game. That was a nice save by the Luciano keeper there. 6 yellow cards. That's just... I think Santelli's going to miss the game too, because that's his 3rd and 10. Well, the Sofiane Boris Bell goal in the 70th minute has seen us through. And it seems no matter what I do for the team talks, there's always one player who gets stressed. This time it was Ginest. We now have a 14-point lead over ES Canot Rocheville. Okay. Well, secure victory at Stade Montcesare. Well, this is definitely not right. 30 shots, 11 on target, 1 goal, freaking 6 yellow cards. Good grief. Pacana's out for a week. That's not too bad. Boris Bell, that was a very nice goal by the youngster. To 8 games. Yeah, I'm also counting the friendlies in the French Cup games. But yeah, 8 games unbeaten. We're doing really well. Oh, players reach their yellow card limits. Christophe Vincent and Jeremy Santini. Okay, we knew that was coming up. So, scrolling down, the plan is to come back. You know what? I think at one point in time, I think last episode I said FC Cote Bleu, but we're going to come back for ES Canot Rocheville. They're in 2nd place, and you know, we can if we can beat them or draw, we'll be doing well. We're going to play the Jura Sud game offline. I like our chances there, but frankly, I'm not going to be too heartbroken if we do lose that game. In the meantime, it is going to be scheduling friendlies as far as the eye can see, because Lord knows we have some open dates. Well, that is what I would consider to be a current typical Bastia game. Low scoring, solid on defense, keeping the clean sheet in place, shutting the other team down. And honestly, they weren't the best team by a long shot, but they had their chances. Lord knows we threw away plenty of ours. transfer window coming up with a €568 transfer budget and being over on our salary. I don't think we'll be doing much of anything. Any interesting, anybody who comes into the team that's young and frankly, I'm at the point where anybody who's showing up at the stadium for a tryout, I'll give them a trial, and they'll be here for a week. And if I like what I see, maybe I'll keep them on trial a little bit longer, get a handle on what their attributes are, and then offer them a contract. Otherwise, they'll go. But I think we're still going to try and move some of these players in the transfer window. Whether or not we're going to be successful doing that remains to be seen. Fingers crossed, we'll do what we can. If you liked what you seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name's FM19, and you've been watching episode 5 of the Return of Gloria with SC Bastia.